Gold. Gold has been considered as one of the rarest materials here on planet Earth. It's also one of humanity's oldest treasures, but it keeps reinventing itself as time goes by. It has served as a status symbol, currency, garnish, future material, and much more. It came from outer space and is now kept in vaults. The reason why it is always kept in a vault is its value and importance here on this world. It lasts for a long time and even forever. We convinced ourselves that gold is the rarest of rare treasures, but some people recently discovered that it's not all that difficult to find one around here, which completely contradicts my entire perception of gold. Welcome to the Financial Flow. Please like and subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to stay up on our latest videos. I'm going to try and acknowledge on what makes gold so valuable and find out whether it's actually all that rare. I think I'm out of something. Gold come in different forms that sometimes it can be tiny, that it might mislead you into something else other than gold. So, if we want to find some gold, we need to understand the journey that it goes on. A lot of strange things happen to bring gold to Earth, from cosmic explosions that flung metals like gold into space, to a massive shower of metal-rich meteors that may have pounded the early Earth. It's all surprisingly controversial and raises a lot of question on how did even gold come to Earth. But at the back of our heads, we all know is that there's currently gold peppered throughout the Earth's crust and mantle. It collects in areas called veins, which are basically crystallized minerals on Earth. Then super hot water dissolves gold deep underground, which brings it closer to the surface, and drops it in veins as the water cools. If a vein appears as a result of erosion, the gold is weathered away into small pieces and carried downstream by rivers. This is known as placer gold. It is what we are looking for. The density of placer gold is crucial in locating it, because gold is approximately 19 times denser than water. It can only be transported by fast-flowing water. So, look for gold wherever a river slows down, along an inside bend in the river, or where water deflects around a large rock. In either case, the current slows and the gold falls to the riverbed. It's anyone's guess which river to look in. Gold has been discovered throughout Washington's mountains, so let's talk about why humans are so obsessed with gold. According to the Gold Council, a trade organization, jewelry has historically been its most important single use. It is responsible for nearly half of all gold ever mined here on this planet. This equates to approximately 93,000 metric tons. Then there are the industrial or practical uses for gold. Dentists love gold because it can be shaped into long-lasting fillings. It's also used in electronics as a conductor. There is gold arthritis medication, as well as gold coronavirus tests. It truly covers the spectrum of how important and valuable gold is. So, what's up with the last 35 to 40%? Right now, there's about 75,000 tons of gold that's just being used as a thing that has value. It's formed into bars or coins and accumulated by governments and banks and investors. It's not being used for anything practical, but it holds value, largely because we all just agree that it does. Out in the field, there are some prospectors that put their limits to the test. This means either finding exposed bedrock or digging. Prospectors will have to sift through the big stuff. So what they're going to do is get all the gunk suspended in a layer of water so that they can start filtering out the lightest stuff, which is going to be the stuff that dissolves in the water. And then it can start to let the lightest rocks tip off. And the heavier stuff will sink to the bottom of the pan. And eventually, all that's left is the heaviest stuff. There will be some black sand as the prospectors go for the dig. The goal of this final step is to get it as evenly distributed as possible across the bottom of the pan, so even the smallest flake can be seen. The procedure is called smoothing, but it fails to capture the scope and stakes of today's gold industry. Hard rock mining produces the majority of the gold. This entails excavating and processing gold veins while they are still in the ground. It's dangerous and difficult work. And it's all too easy to get it wrong. Chemicals used, such as cyanide and mercury, can leak and pollute groundwater. mining can leave a lasting mark on the land. Furthermore, the global demand for gold drives millions of people to engage in small-scale, often unregulated mining. This exposes countless workers, many of whom are children, to mercury poisoning. Accidents and other dangers abound. Overall, it's an industry with a reputation for crushing work and very long odds. Now, back to the prospector's story. There was a possible breakthrough late in the afternoon. They were on the lookout for anything that sparkled. They're likely to be about the size of a small rock. They have no idea what they're looking at. In a nutshell, that is gold mining. However, gold is such a rare material, you should be cautious. The prospectors got this one tiny little fleck of possibly gold after a day of digging and sifting and hundreds of pounds of earth moved. This brings us to the other side of the coin as to why gold is so valuable. It's not particularly rare, but it's extremely difficult to mine in any significant quantity. You can expect about 3 out of 100 of an ounce of gold for every ton of rock processed at a typical deposit. This equates to about 1 part per million. As a result, the gold supply is frequently driven by economics rather than geology. Today's mining companies have a lot of gold resources. It's gold they're after, but are avoiding for the time being because mining it will cost more than it's worth. That is what gold scarcity truly entails. We know where it is and how to get it. It's just costly in every sense of the word. There are ongoing efforts to improve gold mining. International mining treaties have been implemented, have stricter guidelines within mining companies. In theory, there are more exotic ways to satisfy our gold addiction. There are gold deposits on the seafloor, and some early attempts to mine them. There are also gold deposits in outer space, and asteroids in our own solar system contains troves of precious metals if we can get to them. However, gold isn't valuable unless you can sell it for more than you paid for it. Now, back to the prospector's point of view. For the time being, the math suggests digging some more holes in the ground. I kept thinking about the why of the gold industry after tearing up half a riverbank. Most of the gold is mined for its beauty, status, or abstract value. It's essentially being mined for the sake of a metaphor, and it's a metaphor in which we clearly still believe. With the onset of the pandemic, gold shot up in value, like it often does when times are uncertain. That's us, betting against the modern economy, against our governments and our leaders, and our future. It's a vote for this thing that we all like, that never changes. That'll be around long after we're gone. The next morning was 38 degrees and hailing for the prospectors. They were not about to give up, so they took one last crack at panning. They finally found some gold after some time. It took a while for them to finally find some gold. That's why whenever you want to find some gold, always remember that gold is rare, and it might take you days to find one small piece of gold. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Have a good one.